The warrior does not speak of his strength. He does not announce his skill. He does not beg for recognition. He trains in silence, because silence is where truth lives. The moment you need others to see your discipline, you have already lost. The moment you crave applause, you have handed your power away. A sword does not shine for the crowd. It cuts when necessary and rests when not. So must you. There is a rhythm to mastery. It does not rush. It does not pause. It moves like the inevitable, patient, relentless. You will know you are on the path when the work itself becomes the reward, when the sweat on your brow is enough, when the solitude of the dojo is more valuable than the noise of the world. Most men train to be admired. The warrior trains to be ready. The mind must be emptied before it can be filled. Thoughts are like ripples on water, disturbances. Stillness is where clarity lives. Do not mistake motion for progress. Do not mistake noise for wisdom. A tree does not scream as it grows. A river does not announce its depth. You must learn to move without speaking, to act without hesitation, to see without staring. The untrained eye looks for spectacle. The warrior looks for truth. Detachment is not indifference, it is freedom. You must care deeply but never cling. You must fight fiercely, but never rage. You must desire victory, but never fear defeat. The moment you grip too tightly, you lose fluidity. The moment you crave an outcome, you sacrifice control. A warrior's strength lies in his ability to let go of opinions, of distractions, of the need to be right. The sword does not weep when it strikes. It does not hesitate, it simply cuts. Form is necessary until it is not. At first, you must master the rules, the stance, the grip, the breath. But true skill is formless. It adapts, it flows. It becomes water when faced with rock. Too many men spend their lives perfecting a single technique, only to shatter when the battle changes. Do not worship the way you strike. Worship the ability to strike from anywhere. The self is the only enemy that never sleeps. It whispers doubt when you should act. It demands comfort when you should endure. It clings to the past when you must move forward. To defeat it, you must see it clearly, without flinching, without apology. A warrior does not beg for motivation. He forges discipline like a blade, heated, hammered, hardened. There is no magic, only repetition, only resolve. The world will test you. It will distract you. It will offer you easy paths and empty rewards. You must walk alone often enough to remember who you are. Solitude is not loneliness. It is the furnace where the self is melted down to its essence. In silence, you will hear the voice that matters. In stillness, you will find the strength that does not waver. And when the moment comes, when the battle is upon you, you will not wonder if you are ready. You will not search for courage. You will not hesitate. Because you trained for this, not for the crowd, not for the praise, but for the truth of your own spirit. And then you will cut. And then you will breathe. And then you will return to silence. Because the warrior knows mastery is not a destination, it is a return, again and again and again, to the work, to the way, to the empty mind that holds everything, the way of the unseen blade. There is a difference between movement and action. The untrained man moves constantly, restless, reactive, scattered. The warrior acts only when necessary, with precision that seems to emerge from stillness itself. His strikes are not telegraphed. His intentions are not announced. He is like the shadow that moves only when the light shifts, unnoticed until it is too late. This is the way of strategy, to see the battlefield before it forms, to understand the fight before the first blow is thrown. Most men wait for conflict to find them. The warrior studies the patterns of the world, the rhythms of aggression, the habits of the reckless, the weaknesses of the impatient. He does not rush. He observes. He calculates. And when he moves, it is already over. Your greatest weapon is not your hands, your blade, or your strength. It is your perception, the ability to see what others miss, the discipline to remain still, when others flinch, the clarity to recognize the decisive moment, and the will to act without hesitation. A fight is not won with the first strike. It is won in the mind, long before the bodies collide. Train your eyes to see the spaces between things, the pause between breaths, the shift in balance before a man attacks, the hesitation in his voice before he lies. The world speaks to those who know how to listen. Most men hear only noise. The warrior hears the truth beneath it. The fire and the forge discipline is not punishment. It is refinement. The blade does not resent the hammer. The steel does not curse the fire. They understand. Destruction is part of creation. To become what you are meant to be, you must first let go of what you are. This is the paradox of mastery. You must care deeply about your craft, your purpose, your honor. But you must also be willing to lose everything. The warrior does not fight to preserve himself. He fights because it is his nature. He trains because it is his duty. He seeks not to be remembered, but to be undeniable. There will be days when the fire feels too hot, when the hammer falls too often, when the solitude weighs more than the sword. These are the days that matter. These are the moments that separate the warrior from the wanderer. Pain is not your enemy. Comfort is. Remember this: the body adapts, the mind adjusts, the spirit endures, but only if you do not relent, only if you do not bargain, only if you do not lie to yourself about what you are willing to pay, the shadow and the light. A warrior does not fear the dark. He understands it. He knows that light and shadow are not enemies. They are teachers. One reveals, the other conceals. Both are necessary. There is a time to be seen and a time to vanish, a time to speak and a time to hold your tongue, time to stand firm and a time to flow like water. The fool believes strength is only in the clash, in the noise, in the spectacle. The warrior knows true power is in the choice. You must become comfortable with ambiguity, with patience, with the unseen. The archer does not shout as he draws his bow. The tiger does not roar before it pounces. Mastery is not in the display. It is in the doing, the return to emptiness. Every battle ends. Every storm passes. Every wave returns to the sea. The warrior understands this. He does not cling to victory. He does not mourn defeat. He does not attach himself to outcomes. When the fight is over, he cleans his blade. He tends his wounds. He rests. And then he begins again. Because the path does not end, the training does not stop, the way does not change. Only the warrior does, day by day, strike by strike, breath by breath, until there is no difference between the warrior and the way, until the sword swings itself, until the mind is empty and the spirit is free.